Pencils down. That's it.
Bah!
Pencils down.
Drop him.
Tried to give you a chance. We get, but right here. See that? It's a pencil down now. And guess what? Ramble 358 in the books. We've done it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
We did it, baby.
We did it our way, baby. We did it. We did it. How mad were you during that Super Bowl celebration? No, because you had to have been pissed knowing it was a fraudulent, that wasn't Switzer's team. That just was, I mean, for a Cowboy hater, how much was that, how much did that hurt thinking like they shouldn't have even, when they fired Jimmy, the football gods should have stricken this Super Bowl from them.
Right.
Like it shouldn't have even happened.
I knew once Jimmy got fired after that season was over, at the end of that, after they won.
You knew the end was coming.
Yeah, I thought, I was like, okay, they're done. It's over. We never have to worry about the Cowboys again. They'll be a good team because they're talented still.
Right.
But they're not going to be. They've moved from a top tier team to a second tier team. Right.
Yes. Yes.
I thought Green Bay, Niners. That's what we have to deal with now for the next 5-6 years.
Right. Right.
And then I
thought Jimmy going to Miami was going to be it. That's all that Marino needed.
Yeah, Marino's set now. He's finally got a coach that knows how to run the football.
Right.
And then that season goes by, the Niners win the Super Bowl. I'm like, see, that was the last gasp of the Cowboys in that NFC Championship game. Right. That was the last ride of the Cowboys.
Yep.
That dynasty. Now the Niners are taking over, and then they come back and win that next year. I'm like, I was so fucking pissed, so livid at that Super Bowl because I thought the Steelers were going to beat them.
I did too.
I didn't know Neil O'Donnell was secretly a Cowboy. Yeah. I didn't have no idea Neil O'Donnell was secretly a Cowboy in that game.
If there was ever an MVP for a losing team, it should have been him. I know that Bob Lilly, I think, was the only Super Bowl MVP for a losing team.
Yeah, for losing. Who won at that? Was it James Washington? Was that what his name was?
The guy who caught all those interceptions.
They caught the 17 interceptions that Neil O'Donnell threw right at him.
Right at it.
He should have, in that acceptance speech, he should have thanked Neil O'Donnell in that acceptance speech. He should have
been like,
that would have been amazing. I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for Neil O'Donnell. I was wide open,
and this guy found me every time.
Put it between the numbers every single time.
Everything right where it needed.
I was pissed. That was probably the most enraging Super Bowl I've ever watched.
Because that second interception was
when there's not a Steeler on the screen.
He was just all by himself and he just stood there and got it.
He was probably out there by himself like, oh fuck, I let someone get by me.
Yes, I got burned. And then never mind. Was that his Apollo 13, his darkest hour became his finest moment? Was he literally clearly let a receiver blow past him, and then as he's trying to deal with the shame, he just looks up and there's the ball coming right through him.
Where he probably had so much time to go, okay, which way do I run?
Yeah, which way am I running with this?
I want to make sure I run the right way.
He was so wide open that there was no way he could even overthink it and drop it. Like, it was just... He had enough time to find his parents in the stands.
Go, hey, look.
Like, hey, look, watch.
Get your camera out. This is going to happen.
And I remember I was with my buddies, and we didn't think we were going to win that Super Bowl. And then
I didn't think you guys were. I thought Steelers were going to win.
We all thought Pittsburgh was a better team. We also knew that the Steelers were undefeated against the Cowboys in Super Bowls.
Yeah.
We thought we're not going to do it. And then that second interception, we were like, it was just this quiet, like, is this really fucking happening right now? Like, and then we started cheering. But at first it was like, wait, is this even real? Like, how is this even possible? It was that was the luckiest championship. That was luckier than the Dallas Stars and Brett Hull kicking the puck to himself, which would have been legal the very next season, but was still not legal that game.
Yeah.
That didn't even matter. That Cowboys was the luckiest championship in Dallas sports history. That should not have.
And then Neil O'Donnell the next year got paid to go to the Jets.
The Jets, yeah. And he did not do well.
No, because he's not good. He never was.
Who did he replace? Was that Bubby Brister's replacement? Who was... I'm trying to remember
Well, Bubby Brister, that was like sort of like, remember was it Mark Malone? Is that who they had? Was it
yeah.
It was like Mark Malone, Bubby Brister, and then Bubby Brister was the guy for a while. And then I think it was Neil O'Donnell.
Yeah.
And they drafted Slash, right?
Yep.
Cordell Stewart. And he was in that Super Bowl, but as a receiver. He wasn't playing quarterback.
They would have won the game had Cordell Stewart been their quarterback. They would have absolutely had rookie Cordell Stewart. They win. If Bubby Brister had been there, they win.
Yeah.
They win. That's it.
Because I think they had a better defense and a better running game at the time.
Does Ryan Leaf win that Super Bowl? That's my...
I mean, first 2 games of his rookie year, Ryan Leaf wins that Super Bowl.
He wins that Super Bowl. That was... but hey,
I don't know about Ryan Leaf on Thanksgiving Day for the Cowboys wins that Super Bowl.
But look, I ain't mad at it. I'll take it, Eddie. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Eddie, it was the, like, I thought you had to earn these. You know what I mean? I was watching the Super Bowl going. I thought you needed to earn something like this. You know, like it.
Yeah. You get to that, you're like, okay, we got one more thing that we got to, but no, that was just to give me.
That was just Jesus Christ.
Insane.
And hey, good on Bill Cowher for not giving up. Anyone could have just been like, okay, fuck it, I'm out. But the fact that he
was banging his secretary at the time, right?
Was he really?
I think so. I think he was banging his secretary at the time.
Maybe it was karma. Maybe that was karma. Maybe that was, I mean, I guess, and then like the 30 years after have been karma for what a scumbag Jerry Jones is in real life. You know? Oh,
what an absolute piece of human shit that dude is.
What a deal with the devil he made. Right, Jerry? Here was the sad realization as Cowboy fans. Because when that Super Bowl ended, we were all like, what deal with the devil did Jones make? And then we're like, oh, never, he is the devil. Never mind. Yeah. That's what he's doing deals with himself.
That's just him.
Right. It's you do it if you sell your soul to that guy. That's who you sell your soul to at the crossroads. It's Jerry Jones. And Chris Christie just hopping up and down hugging.
Is that a low moment for you? Is that worse than Creed? Is that worse than Creed in preseason?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, because Creed was a stupid halftime show.
But Jerry hugging Christie, jumping up and down.
Jumping up that either, I don't know what was darker, that or the Hard Knocks with Chutch and Richmond Flowers singing Creed. That it's one of those two, and then the Creed halftime show. That's your top 3. But I think my darkest moment in Cowboy history was Jerry Jones and Chris Christie hopping up and down hugging. That was my darkest.
Which makes no sense because he was the governor of New Jersey at the time. It makes no sense.
That was
why are you a Cowboy fan?
That might have been my darkest hour in Dallas sports history. That might have been not taking Greg Ellis over Randy Moss. It wasn't the Mavericks from like 88 to like 92.
Yeah.
It was to 97. It wasn't that. It was
the Dave Campo years.
The Dave Campo. Nope. It was Chris Christie, Jerry Jones.
Now, as a if you had your choice.
Yeah.
To have that moment as a Cowboys fan, or if you're an Atlanta Braves fan, you have Trump doing the tomahawk chop.
Oh.
Like 3 years ago when he showed up.
Trump is worse. Trump beats everybody. Thank God he hasn't showed, because if the Cowboys had won a Super Bowl while he was in office, he would have been like, they're America's team. They're the great. And I'd have been like, oh, God, no.
Jerry Jones would have been at the White House like several times.
Oh, like over and over. And Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you guys are lucky you had Clinton.
If
in
the
White
Cowboy,
House.
if the Cowboys had won, Jones himself springs Epstein. He busts it out before it's for one last flight to that fucking island. If
That's where they go for the Super Bowl parade. Fuck Disneyland.
yeah, fuck this.
I'm going to Epstein
If the Cowboys won the Super Bowl when Trump was president. Fuck this.
Where are you guys going for
They
the
go
Super
to Epstein Island.
I'm going to Epstein Island.
That 1,000% would have happened. Oh fuck! That would have 1,000%. They're all on a fucking. Oh god, is that the title? If the Cowboys won the Super Bowl while Trump was president, they would have gone to Epstein Island. Oh god. So how's Vegas been?
It's not hot as balls. It's like 107 out right now.
Brutal. It's just brutal. Oh,
I haven't been to the MGM in a while. Vegas has changed so much. I haven't last time I was here was like 4 years ago.
Oh yeah.
And even then, in the last 4 years, it's changed so much.
Yeah, it has. It's.
I mean, everything's expensive.
Everything.
I was talking about that last night with some of the comics in the green room. Like parking, you got to pay for parking.
Everywhere.
Food's expensive. Shows are expensive. Hotel rooms are apparently these hotel rooms that we're staying in, these signature hotel rooms, they're like $900 a night.
A night. It's insane.
Yeah. I'm like,
Dude.
you used to go to Vegas when I first moved to LA. You would go to Vegas. Let's go to Vegas for the weekend. It'd be fun. And you would go, and hotel rooms were no joke, $29.99 a night
At the nice casinos.
at MGM. I'm talking MGM or New York. You go the most on peak travel times is like $69 a night to go to the New York.
Right.
And then you would get a seafood buffet for like $20.
Right. It's all gone.
Everything here is hundreds and hundreds of dollars now.
And I think those commercials are bullshit. They want kids there now too. It seems to be.
They want families
friendly. Yeah, it seems to
because
be
it's all
way more
shows.
Yep, it's
gambling because you can gamble anywhere now. So gambling is not the lure here. Everything here is the shows and experiences. It has nothing to do with gambling anymore. And especially if they open up this A's park right next door.
Could you imagine
where the Tropicana is?
Oh,
dude, it's gonna be a fucking nightmare. Could literally within like a 2-mile radius, you have the Raiders playing, the A's playing, and the Vegas Knights playing.
I couldn't, dude. Imagine the hell of living within the people that live there and have to deal with that.
Trying to come in here in like September on a Sunday or October on a Sunday. God forbid the A's ever make it. God forbid the A's ever make it into like late October, early November World Series baseball, and you on a Sunday you got a Raiders game, a A's game, and a Vegas Knights game. It's insane,
no way, dude. It'd be that play. And you know they always talk about apparently Vegas shit. Oh, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, hon. Scared the shit. Is it all good? Is it fixed? Oh shit! I'm going back to my. Don't tell me what to do. I'm going back to the podcast.
Wow. You know what? I'm leaving this whole thing in because I want people.
Right. You need to. I want you to. I want everybody to know what I'm up against.
No, I'm leaving that. We're not doing the cutting out the dead air part. You're walking away because you were concerned about something.
Yes. The cats.
And you just got bitch slapped down.
So, yes, because a window repair feller was here. And the cats, I was keeping him safe in the recording room. And then I looked up and the door was fucking open. And Marley knows how to open doors. So I was like, oh, God, something happened. And so I'm sorry, Eddie. Sorry I'm a kind-hearted guy.
Sorry you care about your pets.
Sorry I care about my pets, Andrea. Sorry I care.
You're an idiot. I was standing at this door. I was opening and closing it and trying to get your attention for like 3 minutes.
Look at Eddie's face. Look at how aghast he is at you.
I was like, I couldn't get in because you put the thing behind the door, and you were like, doo-doo, I'm on my podcast. Doo-doo-doo. Look at me, dog.
Now she's making fun of mentally challenged people.
Now she's making fun of mentally challenged people. She's making fun of our listeners.
I think
She's making fun of our listeners.
Never make
She's
fun of
making
you.
fun of our list. She's making. Oh
Make
God!
fun of you.
Wow! Wow!
Wow.
Wow!
You should
She
run
just
for president.
She just called it the Make a Shit Foundation. Wow!
Wow.
Wow!
Wow.
Wow! You know what? That's it. That's a good enough intro. There, Ramble. Here we go.
There. That's
Imagine your. By the way, Ramble at theramblepod.com, at Twitter at Podcast Ramble 1, Instagram Podcast Ramble, our YouTube page, the Ramble Tube. We have merch. We have merch. TeePublic. Eddie and I have comedy albums out there. Go stream them. Go find them. Did you get the text I sent you for the social thing?
I did the blue sky
Right,
thing. Yeah.
All right. And then
That's
what
a
else?
thing.
We had 138 5-star reviews. So that's good. Chucky Bob Phil is still your king of the hill.
Chucky Bob Backlund Phil.
Chucky Bob Backlund Phil. Is anyone going to dethrone him? I don't know. But pretend you're listening to the...
Even if you dethrone him, he comes back.
He might come back. He might come right back and not care.
You can't get rid of him.
No. All right, so pretend you're hearing the music, and he told me... Sing along if you know the words. I've seen it rise, but it always falls. I've seen him come, I've seen him go. He said, all things pass into the night. And I said, oh no, sir, I must say you're wrong. I must disagree. Oh no, sir, I must say you're wrong. Won't you listen to me? He told me. We're going to keep going, Eddie. I've seen it all before. I've been there. I've seen my hopes and my dreams lying on the ground. I've seen the sky just begin to fall. He said, all things pass into the night. And I said, oh no, sir, I must say you're wrong. I must disagree. Oh no, sir, I must say you're wrong. Won't you listen to me? Here it comes. You ready, Eddie? We're going to bring it home. You ready? You ready? Goodbye, horses. I'm flying over you. Goodbye, horses. I'm flying over you. Goodbye, horses. I'm flying, flying, flying over you. Ooh. Is that all-time scene in a movie? What do you think? Did you catch it?
All
Catch the
time?
scene?
All time?
What
Yeah, all
song is
time?
more associated with a movie than that song when he's like, wanna fuck me? Wanna fuck me? I'd fuck me. Wanna fuck me? And then the chick's getting the fucking dog. Come on, Precious.
I know.
Get the
But
fucking
all
power.
time?
Then the fucking dance with the fucking. That's I guess when you think of a movie and a song in a movie, that's right there. I'm trying to think, but that could be a future top 5, right? Is songs associated with a scene in a movie. To me,
Little Green Bag, Reservoir Dogs, walking
I was
down the
actually going to
street.
go on Reservoir Dogs. I was going to go Stuck in the Middle with You when he's cutting the fucking
Stuck in the
ear
middle
off
with you, cutting
in
off the guy's
Reservoir
ear.
Dogs. That was Jumpin' Jack Flash. No, White Room. Actually, Layla in Goodfellas. The piano, the end of Layla in Goodfellas. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Jumpin' Jack Flash in Mean Streets.
Yeah.
Fucking Sunshine of Your Love in Goodfellas when Jimmy sees, he's gonna kill Morty, Morty's wig's done, and he just dun 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 dun. He's just Atlantis in Goodfellas. Go get your fucking shine box when they kill Billy Bats. Somewhere below the ocean, where I wanna be. It's tough. It's tough.
That's tough. I don't know if that one. I don't know if the Silence of the Lambs one is all time, but it's up there.
Ooh, it's up there. God, it's up there. It's just, whew. And I don't know. I gotta be honest, dude.
Yeah.
No Sleep Till Brooklyn from Guardians 3 is in the conversation. That should be in the conversation.
Yeah.
That should be. I'm just saying. I ain't saying.
I mean, to me, it's the best use of a Beastie Boys song in a movie
ever. You're not
by
going to give
far.
any credit to the 8 times it was used in the third Star Trek. Star Trek
No.
Beyond.
When you write a whole Star Trek movie just so you can use contemporary music in it. It's the whole reason they created that storyline was so you could get contemporary music into a Star Trek movie.
It might have been.
Which is fine. It was a fun movie or whatever. But the whole reason they created that plot line was to get contemporary music.
Do you think we have a lot of Trekkies who are also moonlight as Ramblers?
I'm sure. I'm sure we do.
Why does everybody hate the Benedict Cumberbatch movie?
I just think because they knew what was coming.
Right.
Like, it was like they tried to hide it, so when he did say he was Khan, you were like, oh, okay, well, you're not fooling me.
Yeah, sure, I figured.
We knew this was Khan.
Yeah. But it was still good.
But I mean, I didn't hate that movie. I didn't hate that movie. I didn't hate any of the newer ones.
JJ
I mean, I
ones.
thought
I actually liked. I thought I loved Spock being the one who goes, Khan! Like that was great.
No, I loved the role reversal of that film where Kirk's the one who dies, and so that was interesting. It was an interesting way to flip that on its ear.
Yeah. Now you're never gonna top his.
Los
Human.
Of all my calls I've encountered on all my travels.
And then the slow burn of the like that.
And he's just like he's shaking it.
But wait a minute. Here's now I can't.
Which it's all a sell. He's selling that because he already knows he's got Khan.
That's what I'm saying. Is what I was about to say is it was the overacting by the Shats. Was that actually a genius move on purpose by Kirk because he was playing Khan the whole time?
He's playing Khan and he's playing us.
He's playing us. Listen,
he's playing everybody.
But that whole God, like that. Looking back, I was like, wait a minute, he's just bullshitting him because he knew he was just He knew what he was doing. The whole dude. That is the ultimate Captain Kirk movie because it's the ultimate movie between Kirk and Spock because Kirk just always has a way out of the no-lose situations, right? He when he tricks Khan, we're sending Genesis, and he's actually lowering the shields on his ship. Fucking amazing, right? That scene when he makes Khan thinks he's beaten him, right? And just to trick him later. And then the one time he can't get out of it, fucking Spock sacrifices himself to make sure they can. Fucking incredible. Fucking incredible.
It's that one move of him yelling Khan to fool Khan and us.
Yes, and us.
One thing that I think nudges him slightly above Jean-Luc Picard. I think that's the one move. I think that's the one move.
It's over. It's over.
Because they're neck and neck, and in some instances, Jean-Luc Picard's far superior. But that one move, that's just him getting the nose breaking the plane of the goal line with the nose of the football. I think it is.
So in the competition between the two of them, that was him doing the Vince Carter dunk and then going to the camera.
Yeah,
it's
just over.
It's over. Look at that.
I think that one move.
Andrea just shut the door on us. Just shut the door on us.
Wow. Why don't you come to Vegas? Why don't you just come to Vegas?
I'm coming to Vegas a week early.
You just come to Vegas now. I got room here.
God, thanks, man. But yeah, dude, I think you're right. I think that might have put him over.
That one move, and it's close. It's a close battle for the best all-time Enterprise captain. But I think that one move just nudges him past. His battle with Khan, I think, just puts him over the top.
Does he find a way to beat the shit out of Q? Does he find a way to just beat the fuck out of him? Does Kirk just end up just...
He has some sort of sword knife fight with Q and kills him. He doesn't play the games. He doesn't play the games.
He just fucking whoops the fuck out of him. I can see that happening.
He stands over Q with a boulder and just slams it down on his head.
He just Home Alones him. He just sets up all kinds of traps in the Enterprise that Q just keeps walking into. Oh, shit.
Have you watched Picard yet?
No, I got to. Pickard.
Whole second season is Q, man. Whole second season is Q.
I got to see it. And they explain how the actor's now the same age as, right?
Yes.
That's
the first thing they do. It's the first thing out of the gate.
I could imagine. Like,
yeah.
But I want to see it. I do. But I was just like, that whole scene as a kid, I just always laughed at how much Kirk just goes so, like, over the top. That you forget he's playing him the whole time.
He's playing him.
God, he played Khan like a fiddle. That whole fucking movie.
He did. And Khan was supposedly the intellectual superior and the physical superior.
The tactician. And Kirk was like, nah, I'm coming out of retirement to beat this motherfucker. That's what I'm doing. I'm back out of retirement to whoop the fuck out of this guy. I mean,
it's going to cost me my best friend, but you're going down.
But you're going down.
I'm not risking anything, but you're going down.
You're going down. Fucking incredible. Listener hat, who goes into the Hall of Fame, Eddie, for superhero performance? Joshua Snyder. Snides? He goes, hello, Eddie and Jerry, and a shot has been fired.
Oh.
Cody gets acknowledged when he gets back. Wow. Bells out for Jerry. Thank you. Eddie, hope you and the Ralph Report family are feeling a bit better. Thank you, Snyder, for the kind words. Hall of Hat superhero performance. I have to go with, I was not expecting, a great one. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. He was born for it and carries almost every film he's been in as Wolverine.
And the longest reigning actor as a superhero, I believe. Yeah, longest run.
Yeah, thanks. Damien Bottriell. Bats. What's up, Ramblers? The Bots is back. Damien Bottriell rolling up to the Ramble like I'm about to get a mugshot taken in an Atlanta jail. My Hall of Fame super performance is very specific. It's from Superman the movie when Clark almost decides to reveal a secret to Lois while she's in the other room. Clark removes his glasses to change in posture, the tone of voice. You have to give it to Christopher Reeve. Nails the performance of Clark and Superman.
True.
The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs. He goes Hugh Jackman as Wolverine through the good, the bad, and the ugly. Hugh Jackman has never been the problem when it comes to the character of Wolverine. He's portrayed Logan in 9 different X-Men / Wolverine films, so he kills it in the longevity game. He was Logan in the reboots as well as the upcoming MCU project Daredevil 3. He's not the best actor to ever play a superhero, but he's the most versatile. I'd have a full faith he could take this character to Broadway and succeed there as well. Can you say that about anyone else? It's a great point.
True.
Anthony, too cool for school Flores. Jerry, Eddie, maybe Cody. Mi gente. Hey there, fellas. First off, rest in peace, Wyndham Rotunda, Bray Wyatt. Having watched his entire career, this one hit hard. He was a true creative and one of the most unique minds in the business has ever seen. To steal one of his own quotes, he was the red in a world of black and white. How do you transition from that? No Gundam lesson today. This hat wasn't hard for me. Kevin Conroy is Batman. Never had anyone brought the character to life like he did. He was Batman. For a specific performance, go Mask of the Phantasm when he begs his parents to forgive him for not wanting to be Batman, to let him be happy with his new love. It's a great one. It's a great 2 votes for the Jacks, man. That's for me. It was between Hugh Jackman and Christopher Reeve, and I can't have a tie. I refuse to have both of them go in. So I think just because of like Christopher Reeve was the first time I think we saw something on that scale of superhero just work perfectly. So that's why I went with Christopher Reeve as Superman.
Those are all great, and I was feeling doing Christopher Reeve as well, just because he was the first superhero I saw in a movie theater, and like when I think of Superman, that's the actor I think of. I can't think of anybody else. But I went Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
It's a great one too.
Just because of what happened from that single performance in the Iron Man movie,
it spawned our favorite franchise almost.
It spawned 30+ films. I don't know how many shows, how many billions of dollars were made. Because had he laid an egg in that movie as Iron Man,
there's no MCU.
There's no MCU. And superhero movies may have gone away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was
because we were in dark times leading up to that movie. Superhero movie was.
We should know better now than every time like the Hollywood insiders and critics question something. Oh, is this going to be a giant bomb? Know that it won't, because everyone thought it was going to bomb, just like they thought Titanic was going to bomb.
Yeah.
Why is Marvel doing, taking a C-list.
Who's Iron Man? He's not even.
With Robert Downey Jr., who's kind of in the end of blah blah. Okay, all right. Well, look what happened.
And you've seen what him leaving the franchise, the MCU, has done. I mean, I'm still a fan, but the movies themselves, the whole product itself, is lesser than it was when he was in it.
Knowing he's around the corner helped everything. It helped everything knowing he was around the corner.
It's just. I have to pick him just because of the weight of that performance.
That's great.
Everything that performance brought.
That's great. Next Ramble, Eddie, 359. I hope we haven't done this before. Ninja Turtle side character. So anyone who's not Donatello, Raphael, Leo, or Michelangelo, who wears the hat?
Splinter? You count Splinter? Shredder?
No, I think Splinter's a tease. I think the big four are the only ones.
The
that
four
are
turtles.
Out.
Okay.
They're the only ones. April O'Neil's at the table. Casey Jones is at the
Casey
table.
Jones.
Shredder's
of course, Casey
at the
Jones.
table. Splinter's fuck. See, this ain't easy. Hall of Fame hat for Ninja Turtle side. Vern. Is Vern there? Is Vernon on there? I don't know.
Is he? I don't know.
Our open close encore, the late great Amy Winehouse. Snides. He opens with Back to Black. You close with They try to make me go to rehab, and I said no, no, no. He encores with Love is a Losing Game. Damien Botriel. But you open with Valerie. You close with Back to Black. You encore with Rehab. The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs says he opened with I told you I was trouble. You know I'm no good. He closes with Tears Dry on Their Own. You encore with Rehab. Anthony, 2Q for Skew. Flores, open close encore was a tough one. Amy was an amazing talent. It's a shame we never got to see her do more. For me, she opens with You Know I'm No Good. She closes with Love is a Losing Game. Encores with Back to Black. I had her open, Eddie, with Rehab. Close with Valerie. Encore, You Know I'm No Good. There you go. What was yours, man?
I open, You Know I'm No Good.
Oh, shit.
I close Back to Black.
There it is.
And then I encore with Rehab.
You have to. Yeah, it is. Rehab's a bit. That's the home run right there. Next Ramble, Eddie, 359. Open, close, encore for songs Dr. Dre produced that were not on a Dr. Dre album. There you go. Deal.
Okay.
There we go. How about
Deal.
that? I mean, you know what's on? I think what's going to be on there for me is what I thought was the best scene in the new Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem movie was I like the way you work it, no diggity.
That was a great scene.
I mean,
when they're going through all the mob bosses, it's a great scene.
So good, and that's an all-time Dre produced one right there. God, no diggity. There we go. So it's time to read books and play video games, Eddie. Bring your pussy over here. We're reading books and playing games. Snides. Books are on hold, but the stack keeps growing. I'm finally picking up Tears of the Kingdom this week, and I've been trying to get some practice in for Retro Rocha Mario Kart 8. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Damien Botriel, since my last email, I started playing the 2018 God of War. Pretty sure I finished the story. I've dealt with the main antagonist. All that's left is a trip to Jotunheim, plus a bunch of Valkyries and side quests. I've also been dabbling in Cyberpunk 2077 again. I'm about a third of the way through reading the Silmarillion, and it's been nothing but this character went to this elaborately named place, and then those other guys you never heard of until now went to this spot for a while. I mean, Johnny Tolk's would it kill you to pick up the pace a bit? There was a whole chapter describing the landscape of a newly established realm. I ain't using this book as a sleeping tool. Somebody stab a frickin' orc already. I'm with you, buds. Anthony 2K for Scoot Flora is still playing Cyberpunk and watching What We Do in the Shadows. I'm close to finishing Persona 4. I started in February and the story is 85 hours in. What if it never ends? Oh, man. Jeez, I've heard that about those Persona games, Anthony. And God, I love Cyberpunk, Eddie. It was so fucking awesome. Did I tell you the secret ending, right? That's all. I think we talked about it, didn't we?
Yes.
God damn, it was awesome. It was so fucking good. And then Damien Botriel, just real quick. This won't take more than like 30 seconds. But in the new, I'm just going to talk about something in the new God of War that I thought was interesting. It's not an end game thing. Nothing like that, but there is a moment in the game, God of War Ragnarok, when the child, who we all know Atreus, is now young Loki, right? Mm-hmm. He's tasked at one point in the game with doing something that Loki never did in any Norse mythology. He's tasked with putting together a wooden mask. So they are somehow tying this in with the Jim Carrey movie because it looks just like the fucking mask from the Jim Carrey. And that, remember, it was the mask of Loki in the movie The Mask.
The god of mischief.
And this is, nowhere was that in Norse mythology. And so it's weird how this game is so serious, and there are some funny moments, but that was just like is that the Mask of Loki?
The prequel. It's the prequel to Mask.
It's the prequel to the Mask. It's still really fucking good too. The game, it's tremendous. But yeah, I was like, okay, extra hats off to the developers for putting this in here. Fucking great. So I finished Tears of the Kingdom. It was great. Finished Cyberpunk. That was fun. Playing through God of War Ragnarok on my Retro Rocha streams. I might be finished by the time you hear this, knock on wood, with the game UN Squadron for the Super Nintendo. So I'm trying to figure out what game is going to be next. But tune in. And I just started reading Neuromancer again by old Bill Gibson, William Gibson, Billy Gibbs. Bill Gibbs, William Gibson. Gibbs. Which is, kind of the first ever, or I guess the first massive hit of the cyberpunk genre and world is Neuromancer by Billy Gibbs, by the Gibbs. So doing that. Eddie, you playing anything? You reading anything right now?
Not this week because I'm here. I didn't bring any gaming stuff. I will tell a funny story. I was walking through MGM Grand today, down there by the games, and there's a guy sitting on the slot machines, sitting in a chair, and I'm walking by, and I'm wearing this shirt.
Hey, nice. Scarface.
It's a Scarface Cobra Commander shirt.
Beautiful.
Right? And I don't know, I didn't put it together until he had already talked to me. Like, I'm walking by, and he leans over. He kind of stops me because he leans out, and he gets in my way. And he's like below me because he's sitting in a chair. And I'm like, he looks at me, he's like, you got any party favors? And I'm like, I look at him, I'm like, no, but I'm good. And then I literally have to like move around him and keep walking. He doesn't like lean back up. And so I'm like, is he asking me for party favors because I got a Scarface shirt on?
That's what I thought.
Right? Would you assume a Cobra Commander Scarface shirt means I'm carrying party favors? It just seems so random.
Made him think this guy's got blow.
I don't know.
This guy's got
tons of blow. Look at him. He's got a Cobra Commander shirt on.
A Cobra Commander Scarface mashup.
Like, who's just sitting in a casino just...
you're probably the 14th person he said
that to. I wasted my money on this shirt. I wasted my money on this shirt. I'm not going to spend it on drugs. It was just, I was just like, well, that's the fucking weirdest
interaction for that shirt ever. Ever. It's amazing.
I never would assume people think I have cocaine on me because I'm wearing this shirt. You got any party favors? No.
God, he's a big
fucking
he's a big G.I. Joe
2 in the afternoon.
Guy. He'll have the blow. God. But I guarantee you, again, you were like the 20th person he asked that to that day.
Oh, probably.
Anyone
I'm sure everybody he stopped.
Him, hey. God.
You need party favors?
Eddie, it's time of the show. Rank the top 5. You excited? The top 5.
Oh, yeah.
Enemies to friends.
Oh, yeah.
Look, man, kudos to the Ramblers. They really brought it here. They brought it.
Okay.
So, Joshua Snyder. Snides. Number 5,
nice.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Dell and Neil. Number 4, Magic and Larry Bird. They battled hard for championships, saved the NBA, and became friends. Number 3, Iceman and Maverick. Top Gun. Number 2, Buzz and Woody from Toy Story. And number 1, Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. Honorable mention, any couple in a Christmas Hallmark movie. Love and gratitude, Josh. So true. Boy, he nailed that. We really should have had a top 5 Hallmark movie. Friends to enemies. I mean, enemies to friends. Gee, that's a great one, Snyder. Damian Bottriell. Yes. He had a few of mine here. But number 5, Woody and Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story. Number 4, Johnny and Daniel in Cobra Kai. That was my favorite moment so far of the Cobra Kai series. Is there's a scene where they still hate each other, but Johnny and Daniel, they're both invested in Johnny's son and making sure he doesn't go down the path of being a fuck up. And they think he's stolen a car and sold it to a chop shop. So they go to the chop shop to try to get any leads. And of course, it's very silly, but it's great. The chop shop is filled with like 9 thugs. And they all start, and then for that one moment, Johnny and Daniel team up and just mop the floor. You know what I mean? Like they're just mopping the floor with the room. It was like, oh, that's what I've always wanted to see. It was fucking great. Number 3, Thor and Loki in Thor Ragnarok. Number 2, Marcellus Wallace and Butch in Pulp Fiction. And number 1, Apollo Creed and Rocky Balboa in Rocky 3. Jerry, congratulations on ringing the bell. Thank you, man. It was awesome news to hear after what's been a tough few weeks for Ramblers and the Garmy. Eddie, you're the hardest working podcaster comedian with the real estate agent wife that I know. Thanks for all your great work.
Thanks.
I give Cody a shout out too, but I always working deep in the bunker, spinning that mugshot into some Che Guevara style symbol. That's all for me. Have a great week, Ramblers. Cheers, Davey Portraying. The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs. Top 5. Honorable mention MJF and Adam Cole in the current storyline. Number 5, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels in The Shoot. Number 4, The Brothers of Destruction kayfabe. Number 3, The Rock and Sock Connection kayfabe. 2, Spider-Man and Venom. And 1, Bill Maher and pre-Trump Republicans. All right. Hilarious. Anthony, too cool for school floors are my top 5 enemies turned friends. I'll start with Sarah Connor and the T-800. At 4, I have the Dinobot and the Predacon and Rat Trap and Maximal from Beast Wars. At 3, Rocky and Apollo. Enough said. Coming in at 2 is Goku and Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. The 2 literally tried to kill each other and are now best friends. Finally, at 1, I'm going with the classic enemies turned friends, Woody and Buzz Lightyear. What if Skeletor befriends He-Man's mother? Ooh. Keep rambling, fellas, and remember, no matter what Cody says, it's not cool to try and steal an election. That's true, yes. Man, I am going to... By the way, next Ramble 359, inspired by some current events that have been happening. Eddie, so we have our open-close encore songs Dr. Dre produced that weren't on a Dr. Dre album. A Hall of Fame, what Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, who's not one of the 4 turtles, goes in, right? Side character. And then our top 5 for Ramble 359, baseball fights. The top 5 baseball fights of all time. That's what we're going to rank. This one, number 5, I had to go. I'm surprised nobody had this. Bowser and Mario in the Super Mario RPG Legend of the 7 Stars game for the Super Nintendo. I thought it was hilarious and great when Bowser joins your team to help fight off this new bad guy. What was your number 5?
I had a couple. I've got a couple honorable mentions.
Nice.
The Shawn Michaels Triple H when they reformed DX.
Yep.
Because they fought when Shawn Michaels came back. Him and Triple H had a feud. They did a couple cage matches.
They
were at odds. And then slowly they built it up over time where, like, every once in a while in a singles match when they're wrestling somebody else, they'd do the crotch chop. Something like that. It would just be just a nod to it. And then it finally exploded when they both turned on McMahon and reformed DX. I thought that was one of the better ways to reintroduce DX into WWE. That was and then my other wrestling one would be Macho Man and Hogan. I mean, they were never fierce enemies, but they weren't on the same side, and they battle. And then you had when lead up to WrestleMania 4, Hogan comes out, helps Macho Man get the title, and then they do the Mega Powers handshake leading up to that SummerSlam. I thought that was a great frenemy turn, and then it turned back around, of course.
For all the bad guys in the locker room, do they blame Macho Man? I mean, do they blame Honky Tonk Man for this? Because that's what started it. Remember, because Miss Elizabeth ran to get help, and she happened to find Hogan. And talk about overacting. Hogan walks out like, what? And then runs to help. Oh, fuck. All right, that's a great one. So what's your number 5? What
number 5?
Those?
Those are tough. Lex Luthor to Superman, even though Lex Luthor really never became his friend, but in Superman 2, when Superman goes over and tells him, hey, I'm going to go in the booth, and then Lex goes, he's like, I got you. And then he goes and plays right into Superman's plan.
That was great,
telling
because
him.
Lex knew they were fucked if he didn't help. He knew it.
Yeah.
He knew he was fucked too if he didn't help. That was great.
So that little thing, that was my number 5.
That's a great one. My number 4, Samus Aran and the Metroid. In Super Metroid, when the baby Metroid that she let live comes back to save her in the final boss fight of Super Metroid. What was your number 4?
Butch and Marcellus Wallace in Pulp Fiction.
one.
Yeah. I mean, you see another man getting banged in the ass, you got to stop it.
You set aside.
That's the message there, right?
Set aside your troubles.
You can't be
money.
raping other men.
It's just money. It's just money. He just fucked you out of throwing a fight. That's all he did. Oh my! Or Butch. I mean, Butch was like, "Look, all I did was rip this guy off. I don't want to see this happen to him." Yes, he's.
I mean, he would have been eventually killed. I would have been off scot-free.
Right.
But I'm going to go back.
I'm going to go help.
I'm going to do the right thing and stop him.
My number 3, Johnny and Daniel from Cobra Kai. Was your number 3?
My number 3, Agent Callus in Rebels.
Oh yeah, he becomes
he was a major bad dude in the Empire and wiped
asshole.
out. He helped wipe out Zeb's people. He almost genocided an entire race.
Yep.
And then
it's
he
a good
slowly
one. I didn't think about him.
He became Fulcrum, or you knew who Fulcrum was,
right?
Before it became Ahsoka, but it was originally Callus, and then he turned, and you're like, oh shit.
Fucking great. That's a great one. Man, my number 2, Sarah Connor and the T-800.
T-800. Oh, yeah. Good. My number 2, Dale and Neil from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yes.
Great.
Oh, my number 1, Eddie, I don't know what else it could be. Apollo Creed and Rocky Balboa. There is no tomorrow! There is no tomorrow! That's your number 1.
I went Luke and Darth Vader.
That's a great one. That's a great
even with the stupid special edition where Darth Vader says no and picks up the Emperor. Even though you don't need it because all the expression, all the emotion is there.
It's you don't need mask.
It's actually in an inanimate mask. Which
is the best shot of Return of the Jedi. That's the best shot of the movie is the face, and you know what he's thinking. And instead, you have him go, "No, that's my little boy. You're shocking." You might as well have said that. That's my son. Luke,
I can't let this happen.
I can't do this.
But like even with that stupid no, it still carries the weight. But before the no, it's one of the best scenes. Like it's hard to top "I'm Your Father" in Empire Strikes Back. This comes the closest to it in that original trilogy of him just making the decision. Yeah. I'm picking my son over you and doing that.
I'll tell you, I think my top 3 moments in any Star Wars movie fucking ever. Number 1 is Rey and Ren teaming up in Last Jedi. Number 2, I'm Your Father. Number 3, it's that scene. The only reason I didn't include it is because they were already family. So that's why I didn't include it. But there we go. What a fucking ramble. What a list. I want to thank you. Oh, Andrea walked in. I guess she doesn't. I guess she's going to be nice. Guess she's going to be cool.
It's okay.
Maybe she'll say something sweet to me. Doubt it. It's ignoring me. I just got side-eyed.
Wow.
All right. We love you. You know where to find us. You know where to love us. Do all that. We will see you Friday for Ramble Radio. Until then, take care, everybody. Adios a todos. We love you all. Bye.